Hi, Gerhard Bloom. So, are reparations for slavery a good idea? Let's puzzle this one, shall we? Well, reparations for slavery? I think it's a great idea. You find a freed slave and make his former owner compensate him. This seems absolutely reasonable to me. California, however, was considering giving $223,000 plus dollars per eligible, allegedly historically oppressed black person. California never had slavery. No, not even a little bit. Not to be outdone, the city of San Francisco, because they are such a virtuous souls in the city of San Francisco, is considering giving $5 million in a settlement, complete payout of all debts, and a 250-year subsidy for people who never were slaves. They were never, ever slaves. This will be paid by people who never owned slaves, the taxpayer. And did you know that there were a great many freed blacks in the United States who owned black slaves? That's right. If you don't believe me, ask Mr. Google. So what do their families do? Do they get money? Do they pay money? I don't know. A pretty complicated picture here. Now, consider many more blacks were enslaved by Brazil. That's right. Brazil enslaved many more blacks than the United States. More blacks were enslaved in the Muslim world. In fact, there's still slavery in the Muslim world. Today, you can go to Libya and buy a slave. That's right. An actual slave, a human being sold. And what about reparations for the ancestors of the white people who were enslaved by Muslims? Yes, more white Europeans were enslaved by Muslims than blacks were in the United States. This is another fact that pointy-headed liberals know nothing about. It was Britain, followed by the United States, that ended the global slave trade. Britain and the United States. Yes, Britain and the United States compelled countries around the world. It wasn't easy in the Muslim world, but compelled them to end the global slave trade, although slavery still continues, sadly. Yes, liberals really are this stupid. They don't know anything about history. And what about reparations and some gratitude to the families of the approximately 400,000 Union soldiers killed in the Civil War to end slavery, right? Weren't these families denied legacy wealth? 400,000 soldiers died, ending slavery. And what about getting reparations from the African tribes that sold black slaves to Western slavery? Africa had slavery long before the white man appeared on the shores, and it was black tribes that captured black people and sold them to the white slavers. So maybe they should be bumped for some reparation payments. Yeah, this is utter nonsense. And no. That achievement gap, I've spoken about this before, the achievement gap between whites and blacks is not the legacy of slavery. It is not the legacy of systemic oppression or Jim Crow. And this surprised me. I thought, no, this slavery nonsense, no, but perhaps this lingering effects of Jim Crow, the discrimination, that might be in part an explanation for the achievement gap. Thomas Sowell, in a number of his excellent works, he's a black economist, crunched the numbers, looked at the data, this legacy causing an achievement gap. It is untrue. And yes, it surprised me. And John McWhorter has two excellent books, Winning the Race and Losing the Race. He is another black scholar. Similarly, looked at the data. The achievement gap in the black community is the product of cultural commitments that are absolutely damaging. Single parenthood probably tops the list, denigration of school, school dropouts, teenage pregnancy, single parenthood, participation in violent crime. This is causing the achievement gap. That. I hope you will check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. I walk you through the numbers as well as taking on a number of these other very stupid, very damaging leftist ideologies. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye.